death is now right there. Right where I died. And death 6 is there now. And this is death 3. Huh? I don't know how to zoom in. Oh, there it is.
Well, here's what I'll do. All right. Let's see what we're up to. I wonder how long this is gonna take to load. Oh, there we go.
Oh, you found an anchor? Yeah. And setting up base real quick.
All right. We're up. We're live. Who
Yeah, right.
wins?
There's the island though. Kids spawn down there on the beach.
Alrighty. Let's
Okay, so there's this like
get started. Found the Commonwealth Bank. So we'll pop in here and see what's up.
I just died right here, didn't I?
Hey, Ada. Let's take a peek. Bobby pin. Oh my goodness, Ada. Okay, it looks like there's...
Louis Jordan, folks. Gotta love him.
Let's see what's going on. Oh, nice.
Sweet. Clever way to bypass that lock.
Thanks,
Here at
Ada.
Diamond City Radio, we're always happy to bring you a bit of good news. For anyone who'd heard the radio broadcast from one Rex Goodman, captured by super mutants, I'm happy to report that he has been rescued.
Oh,
Thanks
shit.
to the actions of our favorite vault
Oh,
dweller.
fucking right.
Okay, we
Rex
got
will lead a long,
some
happy
elevators.
life free of the clutches of super mutants.
I have ammo
Best of luck to you
for
in
my
the future, Rex.
combat
And
rifle.
finally, in a
No,
strange
I got some
twist in
ammo.
the story, apparently,
Better
one of the
save
super
that,
mutants
though.
has
Let's
actually
switch
broken ranks
to
and joined forces with the Vault Dweller.
the shotgun.
If there was ever a friend you couldn't say no to, that'd be the guy. Let's get back to the music.
Got a police.
Next is Crazy He Calls Me by Billie Holiday.
Not much here. Got a terminal. A security door. Okay. We'll just head back out to the Commonwealth. Yeah, it's the financial district.
What can I...
some stuff?
I think you just said there's no gigas.
Can you take this and that, and those and that, that and that, and that? No.
What? Why?
This.
Why is there?
do for you?
Okay. Cool. Thanks, Data. My buddy's predominantly for extra storage. I can only tell you that I'm the worst. Let's see. I don't know what there is really to talk about.
Well, the time I started, they already had gigas on the island. That's why I was confused by that, I guess. I started pretty early on, but I didn't start day one.
This has 3 things. That doesn't have to be
like year 2 art.
ENDORP 8. Okay.
See all these fucking metal everywhere here. Probably a good start. Let me see if I can't find a spawn map.
This one's closer.
I'm through.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I guess there's really nothing in here.
Got it. Nice.
All right. Neat. Let's try these elevators. Ada, come on.
Psst. How may I be of service?
Here.
No problem.
Problem.
Let's do that, but I don't see you. I don't think it makes that much of a difference. I'm gonna take this one.
Like,
Well, Ada, that was a choice. Where is this taking me? Going up? Are we going down? Where are we going? like down.
It wasn't too deep.
What the other elevator does though, because down here it doesn't work, but up there it does. So I wonder if that one goes up. If maybe it's like a middle ground. We're gonna find out. Hey, Ada. The origin of capitalism today, which was kind of interesting. Okay. Interesting. I guess it just leads somewhere different. I don't know. Well, happening out here that I don't like.
There's 100
Sounds like this did take me up. I don't really see anything of interest up here, and there's nowhere else for me to go. So I'm not sure what the purpose of that is.
Just heard undecided by Ella Fitzgerald.
I guess I can commit suicide by jumping off of this. That seems to be the purpose, really. There's nowhere else to
Good
go.
news is something often in short supply.
I'm always disappointed.
So I'm happy to be able to deliver a little bit to you.
I just feel like if a thing's there for me to explore, there should be like something to do with it,
Diamond
you know?
City's most effective detective. You can rest easy. Nick Valentine is back in town and seemingly none the worse for wear. While details about what happened to him are scarce, I for one am just glad he's back.
That's just my opinion.
One piece. And if there's any more good news to share,
Oh, whoops.
you'll hear it first here on Diamond
Anyway,
City Radio.
I finished the Origins of
Oh,
Capitalism
next
today,
door,
so that was kind of
Civilization by
interesting.
Danny Kaye.
Talked to one of my coworkers about it.
Okay.
He was talking about how he keeps the Communist Manifesto on his shelf because it because people get weirded out by him having it. I just have reached a phase in my life where I think that it's worth exploring ideas and concepts, especially if the government doesn't want you to explore them. You know? Like, I don't think it's fair to write off everything that Marx said because there have been fascist governments that came out of it, because quite frankly there have been fascist capitalist governments as well. Like, fascism isn't an economic system. I want to judge the arguments on their own merit rather than on whether or not a government has attempted them and failed.
What was the story? Like, where was it?
now that I finished that, I'm gonna start. The next book I'm starting is a fiction novel. I like to do this, like, I call it sandwiching. Basically, it's just going back and forth between fiction and more academic texts, political texts, non-fiction. I think I have a memoir that's on my... No, I do have a memoir. I have a memoir that's in my to-be-read pile right now. Ooh.
Yeah.
So my new book is going to be a declaration on the rights of magicians. Ooh. No, come back. It seems like it'll be an interesting book. I'm kind of excited to start reading it. It's huge though, massive, like 500 pages. So I'll probably be working on it for a while before I start on my next more boring book. Why is it that I can't figure out what nut fruits are supposed to be?
Found the target again.
Am I just dumb? Is it just like a mix of a bunch of different fruits? Like, I don't understand. I want it to be something.
They're gone.
They're not gone, Ada.
I'll cover you, man.
I checked around there.
What if I just swam across the channel? I'll have to get, like, over there. And I'm sure there's, like, an official way to do it.
Oh god, oh god.
Yeah,
oh god,
there's
oh
like
god.
there's like an actual bridge.
That's a base, yo.
But like, what if I just swam? Let's try going over to this dock and see if I can just like... I mean, I'll probably take a ton of rads swimming. And who knows what there is in the water. This is a beach.
Yeah, I saw that too.
This is a beach. It's on that boat. I have... I'm so sorry. There's really nothing to say for me except that I am... Oh, there's nothing here. This would fall out in Vegas, there'd be something here. What is that? I thought I saw something. Maybe I just imagined it. The only difference between Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 4 is that I've actually finished New Vegas. Okay. Alright, let's go back. There's probably monsters in there. Yeah, that is a person. Huh, what's that thing? It's got like a weird, creepy look to it.
Careful, man.
God, I'd be a terrible hunter.
Robco Sales and Service seems the perfect innocuous place for a military installation.
Okay, we're almost there. Is there anything in here? Ooh, we got some stuff. Oh, you know what? I bet if I do the Silver Shroud missions, I might be able to find it. I think that's how I found it last time. How I found Good Neighbor last time was the Silver Shroud stuff. Okay, so is this like a boardwalk? Personality. I think what's really compelling about Fallout 4 is less like the story. I kind of hate the story of Fallout 4, honestly. And more the amount of space and walking around I get to do. I think that's maybe why I'm more drawn to it than New Vegas, even though New Vegas is a better game in every respect. Listen, no game can compete with Fisto, okay? Fisto is the best character that's ever existed in a Fallout game. I will not be taking any alternate opinions.
That was Personality by Johnny Mercer.
Okay, how do I get back out of here? Did I just get myself out from here? Did I just fully commit?
Folks, I'd like to take
I committed. Nope.
As I'm sure you know, I haven't always been the best at this job.
I got it. Anyway,
thanks to the efforts of a few
but
of my
like,
friends, I've decided to change how I look
Fallout
at
4 is just
how I live
a
my
lot
life.
bigger, and there's
I'd like to just take
arguably
this
less
opportunity to
interesting
thank the
things
Vault
in
Dweller for
Fallout
lending me a
4.
hand. I really do.
Find anything useful?
Ah! Found you!
All right.
We've got company.
That's enough
Like,
from me for today. Let's get it on back to the
New
music,
Vegas,
shall
I
we?
feel like has a lot more interesting
This one will
story
pick up your
beats,
spirits for sure.
and like when you go into
That means
tend to be a lot more. I think in Fallout 4 it kind of feels like a lot of the time it was just like a place to go. You know, like we went into that bank earlier, right? And there was nothing there except that police robot and the little and oh god, I know how to speak. I know the English language. And the vault. Not like a Vault-Tec vault. Just like a regular bank vault. You know? And it just felt like it was a point in having that there and wasting time on that when we could have had other more interesting things going on. Or like the other night. I know that when I like muted myself and then forgot to unmute myself. But we went through like the Vault-Tec, the regional office of Vault-Tec, which is arguably like probably one of the most interesting places. Is this super mutant running away? You know, like there's so much opportunity with the Vault-Tec building of all places have something interesting to add to the Fallout lore or to say. And instead it was just a whole bunch of like melodrama about this manager of the Vault-Tec regional office who's just like also a psychopathic murderer, you know? And it's just like I don't know, maybe there's something else somewhere out in the world that's gonna like bring it all together, and then you're gonna find out that he's not really a psycho murderer. It really was what I thought would be the more interesting option, even if a little bit, you know. Honestly, it was the obvious choice to have there have been some sort of like Vault-Tec experiment that they were doing on their own workers, right? And it could have been really interesting and told us more about Vault-Tec as a company, right? But instead, it's just some guy who's like a serial killer, and ooh, spooky, maybe he killed this, you know, assistant that he said he would stab if I think she bumped him or something. Right? He said he'd stab her in the throat if she bumped him again. So, ooh, creepy. Maybe he killed her and that's why she disappeared. And maybe he was gonna kill this other guy too. And then the bombs fell. And it's like, why are we reading this? There's only one murder I care about solving from 200 years ago. And it's the murder of Nick Valentine's fiance. No, don't use that. Thank you.
I guess I'll go over to fucking River Island and check that shit out.
Otherwise, all of that was like.
Yeah, she's so far away from like her.
Otherwise, it felt like I walked through this just for like an episode of Dexter. It just doesn't, and I mean, like, don't get me wrong, there's stupid stuff in Fallout computers, right? Like, I think I was talking the other day about going into, oh god, let me go find it again, about going into, Massachusetts State House, and the Mirelurks that are there, and the little storyline that it has about, you know, there being, like, a gross smell, and they kept having to call plumbers to work on the pipes, but they don't want to spend money on the plumbers working on the pipes because they're already wasting taxpayer money, and they don't want to waste more of it and have the taxpayers finally figure it out, right? And there's like also that they're asking, you know, the treasurer or whatever to cook the books so that it looks like they're using their money more in line with how they're supposed to be using it. And then also on top of that, there's like, hey, this little drama where the treasurer has a crush on some chick who works there. But this other guy asked her out, and this is part of why he's quitting, and all this stuff. And like, some of it's, I mean, yeah, it's kind of stupid, but it's fun and it's interesting, and I think it's a lot more interesting than like anything we got in the Vault-Tec building. And I just feel like I understand there's a lot of locations in this game, and like I said, there's a lot more, I feel like, general places to go than there is in New Vegas. And since I just like going around places, that works for me. You know, I don't necessarily need to have an interesting story for me to still, as you have seen and know, thoroughly investigate it and pick up every little thing that could possibly be picked up. But I'm not going to sit here and play pretend with you that it's not better and more fun when there are interesting things to find. And that I don't think that if you're going to put this much effort into the game, you shouldn't make every single location that you put out there have something interesting going on with it. You know.
I think that's metal.
if you're gonna have all these places to go, like even if it is just like silly office drama, I want to read the silly office drama. I just don't want to read it in Vault-Tec building of all places. The Vault-Tec regional office. Seriously, that's the place where I get some sort of like weird melodrama in the Vault-Tec regional building. There's nothing in some of these buildings. And then I get some interesting bit of like world lore about the corruption of the American government. Like, I don't know. I hope I make sense. I hope it's clear what I'm trying to say. All right. Something? What was that? This is a big boat. I wonder... Can I get on this boat? I want to get on this boat. Is there a way on this boat?
Hope you
Looks
enjoyed
like
that
back
with Warren
here it's
Smith
a little bit
with
lower in the
Uranium Run.
water. I might be able to climb up.
Diamond City Radio wouldn't be possible without the help of some wonderful businesses.
Like, listen, I'm not saying that boat should have
John
like
and
a terminal
Kathy
that tells me
Super
an
Salon
important piece of
invites
world
you
lore.
to try out the latest innovations.
I'm
in
just
hairstyles.
saying.
Look good. Make people jealous.
That I
Done
like
it again,
finding
courtesy of
things,
Roy Brown.
and I think that having a lot of things and places to go in the world is only interesting if you're going to kind of do things with them. And it feels like a lot of these places have wasted potential. Let's see, we got a cooking station. Ooh, some rad roach meat. Well, you know, I do have a lot of fucking meat on me I could cook. Ada can't swim. Okay, I'll cook this stuff that I have on me if it can be cooked. Get some food. Get rad stag.
Oh yeah, by the way, you see the flake? See what that is? What is that? What is that? Yeah. There's wild babies. You can find them in juveniles. They grow all the way up from baby. Wild. Yeah, you can take them.
Let's just circle back to a topic from like 20 minutes ago. Let's talk about books again. I like books. I don't have a lot of good video game commentary, but I like books.
I hope so, dude.
Quick second. Let's take some rat away and
Little baby Sprite over there.
Radex. Oh, I discovered the airport. Neat.
It'll be easier once we have slightly stronger saves.
So my favorite types of books are science fiction. Fantasy as well, mostly just because, let's be real, they just kind of put them together in the bookstore or like it at the library. It's always sci-fi fantasy, And I would argue that science fiction and fantasy are pretty distinct genres. I think that it comes down to that same, like, the kind of way that, like, academia looks down on, like, science fiction and fantasy as genres. One time I had an English professor in college who put on her syllabus that we couldn't write any science fiction or fantasy for the semester because, and this is a direct quote, everything that can be said in those genres has been said. Can you imagine? Can you imagine saying that about genres that are arguably science fiction is like 150 years old? Actually, in 2000 it was 150 years old. It's 2020 now. I have to accept the realities. It's like 170 years old. But like, as far as genres go, fantasy and science fiction are quite young. To say that everything that can be said in the science fiction and fantasy genres has been said is basically, I mean, it's to say there's nothing left to say about anything ever. Because, like, romance as a genre is one of the oldest genres. Is one of humanity's oldest genres. You know, like, for as long as we have had writing, we have had writing that were about the experience of love and what it means to be in love and what idealized love looks like and all that stuff. You know, we can go down through we can go down through time and see all the different ways that humans have in terms of romance and the meaning of love and all this. Humans are very interested in that, okay? If you want to argue that science fiction and fantasy as genres have already been played out, then so is romance and historical fiction and literally every other genre. It's cold in here. And I can't fathom having the audacity but like, it's to the point where instead when, you know, we'll say like speculative fiction, you know, to make it sound more academic. And it's just like, even then, the same people who are talking shit about the science fiction and fantasy will be talking shit about speculative fiction. Like, even then they look down on it because it's, honestly, I think it's because it's a genre that is well liked by young people, because it feels, I think, more accessible in a lot of ways, you know?
Watch your step.
And when you're young, you spend a lot of time wishing that you were somewhere else or doing something else, or, you know, and I mean, your adulthood too, honestly. And
Now,
it feels
folks,
easier
I'm
sometimes
sure
to escape into worlds that are nothing like the world that you live in.
Some bold claims by our intrepid reporter. Since living among us, undetected. Very serious implications. Wouldn't you agree? The mayor's office has, of course, issued a statement denying the validity of the article, saying all is well.
Need to find the card.
The mayor himself insists that the fears raised in the article are unfounded. Good to know, I guess. But between you and me, listeners, I'm gonna keep my eyes open just to be on the safe side. Well, never a dull moment here at Diamond City Radio. Up next is Sheldon Allman with Crawl Out, Fall Out.
So what I mean to say is, I really like science fiction and fantasy. Predominantly, I think a lot of writers have a lot of really interesting things to say in that genre. Oh yeah, this is the one where you like have to join the Brotherhood of Steel to get it. I hate the Brotherhood of Steel. I hope they rot in that police station. Call out, baby, kick it all out. So one of my favorite authors in the, I would say fantasy fiction, realm is N.K. Jemisin. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. I'm probably not. The Broken Earth trilogy is my favorite book series of all time. Every single one of those books is good. And like Alyssa, you should not listen to any of my book recommendations because I've been told that I have unique taste in books. The first book in the Broken Earth trilogy is told in 3 parts. It jumps between 3 different characters that you follow. One of them being a young girl. And then the second one is Robco Sales and Service Center. Ada, we found it. Let's go home and get ourselves set up. And then we'll fast travel over here. So it's a young girl an older woman, and then the main, the theoretical present of the text takes place in the point of view of a woman at the end of the world. Like, in the middle of a cataclysmic event where the world is ending.
Hey. Yes. Glad to be of service.
Who is trying to find her missing daughter and her husband, who took her after killing their son. And it's
carrying all that weight is simply slowing you down.
And I think that it's fair to say that there are things that could be triggering in this text. And I love it a lot. I have reread it 3 times at this point, the whole series, and I love them. I love them so much. I think they're so beautiful and so full of, like, hope in a very strange way.
What you got, like 35 cards?
I also really liked The Night Circus. I thought it was a wonderful romance. That's not by N.K. Jemisin. It's a side note to the N.K. Jemisin thing. You should read her if the Broken Earth trilogy isn't your thing. Her 100,000 Kingdoms. I don't know what that trilogy is called. I can't remember. It's not my favorite books. The way that
that only makes me feel like a king.
The way that the Broken Earth trilogy is. But they are a good series of books. I think it's also a trilogy.
The government?
Yes, it is also a trilogy.
Oh, got the good shit then. Fuck. What?
They're good. They're just not my favorite.
Okay.
Okay. I think leads to close.
Oh, bro, Chris. Chris.
You just heard 3 Sons here on Diamond City Radio. Coming at you almost live from Diamond City. I'm your host, Travis, Lonely Minds.
Yes, ma'am.
This is Diamond City. Here's something we can all stand to think about a little more often. It's Happy Times by Bob Crosby.
Tell me what her face looks like in it. It is the right choice now. Fully. Fully the right choice. Okay, you guys hold down the fort out here. The best. To figure out where I put everything down.
Nice. I got the Explorer note, and I picked up with the RG, and then I took the RG to kill some stuff. Got 8 levels.
Hey.
How loud you squeeze is related to lung capacity. I don't know if this is really the case, but I do think that it's a little more. Did I pay too much attention to you? Could you perhaps consider not clawing my legs to shreds?
Yeah.
Like, what if we just were a Psycho Kitty on, like, the couch or something? Just like, not my leg. Please? I don't even like this couch. You can do whatever you want to it.
Yeah.
But I like this leg. Okay. Ada, we got some selling to do.
Yo, Chris. Yo, Chris.
Alright.
Nothing but fiber from these bushes, goddamn. to fucking Eagle Bear.
Alright. Start
Yeah, fucking right.
with 25 and under. No, just do 30.
705. Are you fucking serious right now?
Wait, what am I doing? I always...
Migo berries.
Brain always goes
Migo
to the
berries.
wrong place.
Migo! Migo! Bro, I should have started fucking 5 minutes ago. This is ridiculous. Alright, fuck it, whatever. Let's just put any berry on them.
Well, my contact does not want to stay still.
No worries. Server's going down in like 2 or 3 minutes. Huh? No, there's no way. It's gonna be right here when we get back. We've touched it. Yeah, we touched it. I think it's funny because I'll game with every one of you guys individually sometimes.
Louis
so
Jordan,
like,
folks.
Look at my chat, like,
Gotta
why
love
is everyone so loud? Literally, I have everyone turned all the way the fuck up on the max. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Hey everyone, Travis Lonely Miles here, bringing you the type of news you just don't hear about every day. Word is that a group of soldiers from the Brotherhood of Steel were sighted in the Commonwealth recently.
Yeah.
Things got hairy for them at the old Cambridge police station. How hairy? I can't be sure. But I've heard about the kind of firepower those guys pack. Couldn't have been good. They're fine now, thanks to everyone's favorite vault dweller, who happened upon the scene and lent a much
Hey.
needed.
Yes, ma'am. Glad to be of
Good job
service.
surviving out there, and best of luck to all involved in the future. Next is Crazy He Calls Me by Billie Holiday.
He sure did. I wish he didn't.
Sorry. I was gonna tell you tomorrow I'll be getting a package because I ordered a whistle.
Okay.
Like they're called hurricane whistles. I guess they're like really loud and blow out your eardrums. So if
Okay.
somebody like attacks you, you should blow it and then it will scare them off, maybe.
Okay.
So I ordered one. Actually, I'm getting two though because it comes in a 2-pack. Because they scared me yesterday.
Yeah.
They're scary people.
Yeah. Well, do what you gotta do, Mom. You gotta, keep yourself safe somehow.
Yep. So, server's down for the next 15 minutes. Doing an update. Yep. There's already a base on there. It's not a big one. It's two turrets. So why there? Yeah. I mean, there's no in. What do you like? You think there's a cave in that bitch? You said ice cave was open, right? Island. Where? I mean, it is. Fuck. I mean, we could take a pearl cave. I just don't want to. And how hard it is to get back and forth. Well, I mean, we can. We can take passies and make scuba suits and all the good stuff. We need to. What's that?
is looking as green as the day she was built.
I mean, I can. I might be able to do. I don't know, dude. I don't want no cards. They just start out the cards.
Shopping at night? Diamond City Surplus is always open. What you're looking for? We have everything. The Institute? I ain't scared of them.
This tutorial wants to do.
Hey, how may I be of service?
Oh, he's going down.
We sell everything. Stim packs, ammunition, outerwear, dinnerware.
Anything goes by Cole Porter.
Sure. Let's take a look.
Oh, goody.
Folks, I'd like to take a moment for something a little more personal than usual. As I'm sure you know all too well, I haven't always been the best at this job. Hey, let's face it, I've been pretty terrible. Thanks to the efforts of a few of my friends,
Boy.
I've decided to change how I look at things, how I live my life. I'd like to just take this opportunity to thank the Vault Dweller for lending me a hand. I really do appreciate it. All right, folks, that's enough sentiment from me for one day. Let's get it on back to the music, shall we? Here's another one from Betty Hutton. Guys, don't take this personally.
I can't attack. Battle. Yeah, no monsters, bitch. That's why you put monsters on.
I suggest we take as much as we can carry.
Oh, no, I just did this.
Alright, Ada, let's go heal up. I did my makeup all pretty today. There you go. Can you hear me? I did my makeup all pretty today. And I got all dressed up in all my Christmas stuff. And I look super cute. And my fiance hasn't even told me how pretty I am once.
Yeah. You back up?
He's playing Yu-Gi-Oh! On
Oh.
PlayStation
Did you
5.
back up already?
Oh no. He's back to Ark. The new Ark. He's absolutely dead to the world.
That's a decent idea for fucking. I feel like that might. Herbivore might be it. Yeah. We're gonna need. I don't know. I guess if we just put down like a base, like we can. Take a look at it. I don't know where. Art came back up for me.
He's
I would love. I gotta use this AC back.
he's obsessed with Ark. It's his favorite thing in the whole world. He says I'm his favorite, but he's a liar. I won't see him for another 6 months when he finally gets wiped for like the 5th or 6th time, and he gets so frustrated that he quits.
I'm taking the Anki back to the house and then I go use battle. I mean, I'm down for the pearl stage if we can't find.
And then I'll be his favorite thing again for a couple of months until he goes back to his first again.
It's slightly time consuming to resource as well.
The hard knock life. Alright.
Heads up.
Sure. Go ahead and take a look.
Heads up.
Looking to lighten your load?
No. Okay, good.
Molly.
Don't do that. That's the kitten's food. You can't have that. That's for her to eat. Oh goodness. Am I trapped? Am I imprisoned?
Yeah.
not supposed to lick girls. Hey, thank Josh. We did it, man.
That was Personality by Johnny Mercer.
Oh no, where's the cat?
Folks, I'd like to take a moment for something a little more personal than usual. As I'm sure you know all too well, I haven't always been the best at this job. Hey, let's face it, I've been pretty terrible. Thanks to the efforts of a few of my friends, I've decided to change how I look at things, how I live my life. I'd like to just take this opportunity to thank the Vault Dweller for lending me a hand. I really do appreciate it. All right, folks, that's enough sentiment from me for one day. Let's get it on back to the music, shall we? Truly one of the greatest voices ever. Here's Nat King Cole with Orange Colored Sky.
I'll wait till this weather changes. My skin is dry. Yes, kitty cat. Kitty cat. Kitty cat cat. I have dry skin. And it's because of the weather change. Look at my skin itches. Knick-knack, are you in here? Yeah. When is our next person? September. Okay, so when do we change to second Saturday? In January. Okay, so this one here, and then there's one more. I believe it's in April. Okay. Hello. How are you? Yeah, me too. My cutie pie. My skin itches.
This is like blocked off?
So dry here.
Okay.
And this comedy show is not that fun for me.
Yeah, I mean, you can play. That's not bad though. I can craft C4 like
Okay.
almost right now.
Not crazy.
We could blow off something old as long as there's nothing to soak out.
I believe you.
I don't know. What do you think of the night? Do you want to change over to somewhere else, or like make a raft, or do you want to try to get in there and like set something up? The one thing is, I don't think I can set up a shirt by the end of the night. It's because of electronics. Is it one of the more coveted ones? Yeah. These guys aren't too bad to have around, even like a main base. They got like 6 or 7 on pickpocket. On pickpocket, they can just completely hit someone.
I'm singing.
I don't remember how to throw this bridge. I thought it was very nice.
Don't they know
Alright, so
the end
I
of
got
the
some wood for these.
world? It ended when I
This is the
lost
second one of
her
these.
love.
Why am I reaching all over the fucking place?
You saw that, right? I think there was
I'm glad
a
my
second.
intakes have a dust filter.
I didn't see that. That's pretty sick.
They're trying to sell us a computer. Let's see.
What is stopping me? What is
It says the Robco Model E601 terminal system is a new streaming terminal for the business-minded individual. You'll be sure to climb the corporate ladder by staying organized and on the ball with our state-of-the-art calendar, contact manager, and messaging system. The examples below show some of the customization and detail the E601 is capable of. Daily itinerary. Our daily itinerary will pull directly from your messages and calendar. It practically generates itself. 9 a.m. Budget meeting. Summary 4th quarter review. Attendees. CFO, VP Accounting, VP Sales. 12 o'clock. Business lunch with operations management. And 1500. Board meeting for global mergers. Summary. Benefits of global expansion. Attendees. CFO, COO, and CTO. Calendar. Keep track of specific dates with our customizable calendar. Never forget a birthday or anniversary again. October, the 2nd anniversary. The 18th is a dentist appointment. Looks like on the 30th we have Jerry Adams' birthday. And on the 31st, of course, there's a Halloween party. And in November, on the 16th, we have a doctor's appointment. And on the 25th, it's Thanksgiving. Contacts. Store detailed information for your contacts. Add that personal touch to your business. We've got A for Adams, Jerry. Telephone 123-456-7890. His address is 123 Street, Quincy, Massachusetts 12345. Occupation, engineer at Mass Fusion. Relation, he's a client. It notes that his wife is Isla Adams. He has a boy and a girl, Thomas and Mandy. This is very important for us to know. And then we've got Lee Veronica. Telephone 123-456-7890. Again. Same address. Occupation, she's the CTO of General Atomics International. Relation is a work colleague. Notes that her birthday is the looks like April 13th, 2060. She's recently engaged, 2 dogs, allergic to cats.
We could just get this going, don't get the raft going.
Whoever took these notes, it's kind of a creep.
What level and house is for the photo?
M is for Mendy Ahmed. Yep, Ahmed. Telephone is the same. Address is the same. Occupation is the president of Green Tech Genetics. Relation, he's a friend. All these people live in the same house. Notes, he's into sports. He has no pets.
Folks,
he
I'd
has
like to take
good
a moment
connections
for
at
something a little
CIT.
more personal.
S
than
is
usual.
for Sanchez.
As I'm sure you know all too
Go
well,
back in there.
I haven't always been the best at this
For
job.
Sanchez,
Hey, let's face
Juliana.
it, I've been
telephone is the same,
Thanks
address
to
is
the
the
efforts of
same.
a few of my
Her
friends,
occupation is a
65
contractor,
I've decided to
Department of
change how I
Defense.
look at things.
Relation is
How I live
client,
my
and
life.
it notes she is
65
I'd like
extremely
to take this
professional and
opportunity
dislikes
to
small
thank the
talk.
Vault Dweller for lending me a
Like,
hand.
fucking
I really do appreciate it.
I think maybe she just didn't like us
like-
asking
All
her
right,
all these questions.
folks.
And then our
That's enough
messages.
said from me for one
The
day.
new messaging system
Let's
will
get it on
automatically
back to the
timestamp
shall we?
corporate intramail and
If
confirm
there's
when the
someone
message is
special
opened.
in your life,
Say
then
goodbye
this
to the
next
old
song is for
excuses.
you. If
To
there
Mark
isn't,
Kim from
feel
Albert
free to take
Cunningham,
this
sent
opportunity
October
to
12,
resent the
2077 at
happy couples around
8:27
you.
a.m.
Here's
Status
one
opened on
more
October
tomorrow.
12, 2077 at 8:33 a.m. Subject Halloween. Let's schedule a meeting to discuss this year's Halloween party. We'll need to vote on whether or not costumes should be mandatory and decide the final catering list. Albert. I sure hope that wasn't a real message someone sent. Let's see. Does this one have the same stuff on it? The Robco Model E330 is the most reliable client terminal ever developed. When connected to a Robco brand mainframe, your 33 is... And then, of course, it falls to gibberish. It says, stop, multiple errors detected. Segmentation fail. I'm not reading all those numbers and letters. I'm sorry. Boot sector invalid/corrupt. Memory fault. Critical failure. Critical failure. Please contact a Robco certified technician for assistance. You know, I must look at all of them. I must know what they all say. Welcome to Robco Industries. Okay. Terminaling. This is the RX6550 terminal system. Finally, a personalized home computer for the whole family to enjoy. Keep track of activities and tasks, and maintain privacy by adding passwords to logins. Passwords currently not applied. You got the mom. Retrieving. Error, system cannot locate files. Dad. Same thing. Same thing for Timmy. And same thing for Janie. Alright. Now I've checked all the things. I think that's all of them. Let's break into a computer. Green has a likeness of 1.
What are you trying to do? What do you need? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's go to the one.
That's it.
Please remember that all employees are under a strict non-disclosure agreement. Violations will not be tolerated. Announcement to all staff from Mark Critchfield, General Manager. As a reminder, all Robco Sales and Service Center employees are to adhere to the following standards of conduct. There will be no tampering with any shipments labeled RB 2851. I believe all employees are aware of what our typical shipments look like. Any so-called accidental opening of these shipments will not be tolerated and result in immediate termination, followed by extensive questioning by our friends downstairs. Employees are expected to wear official name tags. Name tags should be highly visible and attached to the top right corner of your uniform. Shirt. Please wear your proper name tag. No swapping. Customers, friends, and family are no longer allowed in the shop in the back service area. We got our service requests. Henrietta Blanche. Description. T. Sanchez. Ms. Blanche claims her terminal just suddenly stopped working. She's getting the default error message. Said it started crashing over time and now it won't even try. So much for suddenly. From the look of her, I'm guessing there's about a whole cat's worth of hair in that terminal. Probably overheating. Resolution. Work order in progress. Let's see. What's this one? Bronwyn?
Too bad. They're getting to do some couple of these.
Bronwyn?
I mean, if you think it's a good spot,
It feels like that's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, I was noticing that.
Okay. Bronwyn.
Bronwyn
Bronwyn Sullivan.
Ratings gonna be a lot.
Description. K. O'Connor. Ms. Sullivan claims that her E601 was connected to her office network but never sent out any of her intramail. She also said there was a complete failing in the notification system we set up for when purchased. Not sure what the issue is. She says her IT department checked the computer and wasn't sure why it isn't working. Brought it back here, threatening to sue. I guess it really screwed up some important meetings for her. Evaluation. P. Benson. Looks like Carmike sabotaged this computer before he quit. I don't know if it was personal or his last hurrah. I think I can see what he did here, but I don't want to make any promises. I recommend replacing this terminal with a new one, so it's guaranteed to be uncompromised. Calvin Crenshaw. Description. K. O'Connor. Crenshaw is back with his ancient terminal. It's at least 7 years old at this point, crashing when he tries to play Red Menace. S. Lee. Calvin's going to have to cave and buy a new terminal. This old NX-12 is only good for writing up documents or playing text-based games at this point. He'd need more memory, which this terminal can't even support. Basically, all new insides or a brand new terminal. Take your pick.
I don't know where the fuck I can't see anything.
Okay. Stop.
I often forget
Going
people
back
need
and
to
forth
use the
on that.
keyboard to access a terminal.
Don't make fun of me, Ada. Why so sad?
just heard Undecided by Ella Fitzgerald. Now, folks, I'm sure you've all seen or heard about the latest issue of Public Occurrences. Some bold claims by our intrepid reporter. Since living among us, undetected. Very serious implications. Wouldn't you agree? The mayor's office has, of course, issued a statement denying the validity of the article, saying all is well in Diamond City. The mayor himself insists that the fears raised in the article are unfounded. Good to know, I guess. But between you and me, listeners, I'm gonna keep my eyes open just to be on the safe side. Well, never a dull moment here at Diamond City Radio. The Three Sons are up next with Worry, 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 which is something Travis Lonely Miles refuses to do. Not like that old guy. Am I right?
Work order 049. Work order 09241. God, my contacts are just really... Entered by T. Sanchez. Customer Henrietta Blanche. RX 6550. Terminal crashes immediately on boot up. Suspect overheating. Evaluation. Entire console needs cleaning. We'll reevaluate once all hardware is liberated. Broken terminal. Terminal unit systems have been stopped. Please verify that all necessary hardware and software is properly installed. If problems continue, contact your nearest Robco Sales and Service Center for immediate assistance.
Over here.
Ooh. Quantum.
Pretty heavy right now. Oh yeah, okay, well. Oh no. I didn't need it.
I'd be happy to help if I can.
Yeah, you're a couple days late for that one.
Yeah, how'd you get back there?
We got the part,
You just heard crawl out through the fallout. Folks, I'd like to take a moment for something a little more personal than usual. As I'm sure you know all too well, I haven't always been the best at this job.
All systems are go, ma'am.
I've been pretty terrible. Thanks to the efforts of a few of my friends. I've decided to change how I look at things.
What can I do for you?
yeah.
Here.
I'd like to
I'll take care of
this
it.
opportunity to thank the Vault Dweller for lending me a hand. I really do appreciate it. All right, folks. That's enough sentiment from me. Let's get it on back to the music, shall we? Feeling a little uncivilized? That's not such a bad thing, according to Danny Kaye.
Yes.
Wonder what the inventor of the bobby pin would think of its new primary use in the Commonwealth.
Trying to land. I don't know what that was. That was loud, whatever that was. It almost landed there.
Nice.
Warning, an Epsilon 6 VI system alert has been declared. All systems have been locked down. Secure your station and await further instruction. Warning, elevator access to the control center is prohibited while a security alert is active.
Okay. I'm gonna need like a second person to go get oh, maybe. Let me see if I can.
Decontamination control terminal.
Alright. Yo! Yo, yo, yo! There's a fucking Titan walking through here. Oh, thank God. I had to check to make sure it wasn't tamed, dude. Like, that thing could have just, like, stomped our base out. I mean, if it were to just walk over our stone base, I don't think our stone base would be here anymore, but it came really fucking close. I don't know, it does heavy, heavy metal damage, so, like, stone's just obliterated like it's wood. Negative. fucking told you. Y'all move.
Okay, so the authorization policies. All personnel must pass through decontamination when entering or exiting the facility. All personnel must display a rank ZZ at minimum.
Oh, nice. You've got all sorts of good.
No, 22 at minimum security badge with updated photo ID. Failure will result in immediate security lockup until the person may be questioned and confirmed. Guests
That
must
was the
present a
5
signed letter
stars.
of approval from General Rawlings, an employee point of contact. All guests must display a guest badge with limited access. Guests must be accompanied at all times. Guests found unattended
Travis Lonely
will be
Miles
held
here,
for
bringing you the
questioning,
type of news
and the
you
point
just don't
of
hear
contact
about
will be
every
responsible
day.
for their actions.
Word is that a group
Looks
of
like
soldiers
nothing's
from the
been-
Brotherhood
Security
of Steel
protocol
were
reference.
sighted in
The
the
security
Commonwealth
protocol
region.
database has been corrupted.
Things got
4
hairy for them
out of
at
219
Cambridge
files
Police
recovered,
Station.
displaying files.
How hairy?
45 is Class
can't
V
We should
counter-espionage
pick up boxes,
procedure.
But I've heard about the kind of firepower
If the
those
facility
guys
administrator
pack.
has
Against the
probable
other
cause
ones.
to
It's been
suspect a
good.
breach of security by a
They're
foreign
fine
intelligence
now, thanks
operative,
to
including
everyone's
but not
favorite
limited
vault
to
dweller,
Chinese agents or
who happened upon the scene and lent a
sympathizers,
much-needed
the
hand.
administrator shall
surviving out
activate the
there.
Class V
Best of
counter-espionage
luck
procedure.
to all involved.
In the event of a
in
Class
this
V
future.
alert, the facility will
Let's hear
enter
what
a
Roy Brown thinks
minimal
makes a
security
mighty,
lockdown.
mighty man.
All staff are to report to their stations and await further instruction from security personnel. Anyone failing to report in a timely manner or found absent thereafter shall be considered suspect and may be shot on sight. Security teams are to escort the members of each department to the research labs on level 3 for processing. The chief scientist shall prepare a mesmetron-equipped robo-brain to aid in the interrogation process. Due to the experimental nature of this technology, some casualties are to be expected due to spontaneous cranial eruption, on the order of 10 to 15%. Should any agents be discovered, the administrator is authorized to subdue them by any means necessary and turn them over to the research staff for experimentation. After completing the interrogation process, the administrator may terminate this alert at his discretion. 74 is Gamma 1X security alert. IX, in the event of a coordinated escape attempt and or hostile action by the test subjects, any Class 1 or Class 2 supervisor is authorized to declare a Gamma IX security alert. A Gamma IX security alert will initiate a maximum security lockdown of the research wing and a minimal security lockdown elsewhere within the research wing. All security and defensive systems will activate. All local and remote terminal functions will be disabled, and all security doors in the cell block areas will be sealed. The facility administrator is advised to treat this alert as a field test opportunity and to deploy all available experimental robots to secure the research using secure the research wing. Casualties among the test subjects are to be expected. A complete purge is authorized at the administrator's discretion. Security teams are to provide a methodical, oh my god, I can read, sweep of the research wing before issuing an all clear and terminating this alert. The administrator must submit an RM-13 incident report, as well as a request for replacement test subjects to the Military Robotics Oversight Committee. I need something to drink to smooth my throat.
Okay. Maybe everyone just a smidgen quiet so I can hear you. Yeah, that was understandable, dude. I just, yeah. Look. Yeah.
Okay. Epsilon VI security alert. I believe that's 6. In the event of a fault in the Code Conditioning Protocol, CCP 021, resulting in a mass uprising of the robot janitorial staff, see definitions Appendix 3. Any Class 2 supervisor is authorized to declare an Epsilon VI security alert. If such an alert is initiated, all security and defensive systems will activate. Remote terminal functions will be disabled, and the control center will enter an automated lockdown state. Facility staff are advised to arm themselves and shelter in place. An external review will be conducted by the Military Robotics Oversight Committee, MROC, within 10 business days to determine the appropriate course of action. This alert may be terminated 1. By remote authorization from the MROC, or 2. By the facility administrator from the master control terminal in the control center. As a failsafe, if the control center has been compromised, a limited manual override can be initiated from the elevator access terminal in Security Room 3. Voice print identification of 3 registered Class 2 supervisor level employees is required to activate the override. 219 Omega Protocol. In the event of confirmed nuclear detonation, the facility administrator, or in his absence, the highest level supervisor on duty, hereafter acting administrator, shall institute a temporary lockdown and order all staff to shelter in place. A loss of contact LOC with the military chain of command is to be expected. After a period of no less than 12 hours from the LOC event, the acting administrator shall attempt to reestablish contact. See Emergency Communications Protocol, Appendix IX. Any instructions transmitted pursuant to those communications are to be followed and supersede this protocol. In the event the communications cannot be reestablished within 24 hours, LOC, the acting administrator, shall initiate an orderly shutdown of the facility test subjects. Of the facility. Test subjects are to be secured in their cells. Facility staff remaining on site are to delete any sensitive files and records, close down their stations, arm themselves, and collect their personal belongings. IT communications have not been reestablished. If communications have not been reestablished by 30 hours from LOC, the acting administrator shall activate lockdown mode Omega. This will provide a 10-minute window for staff to evacuate the facility. This evacuation should be presumed to be permanent. Once initiated, the lockdown can only be terminated via remote authorization from the Military Robotics Oversight Committee.
There we go.
Electrical fault in sensor array. Sensors offline.
Folks, I'd like to take a moment for something a little more personal. As I'm sure you know all too well, I haven't always been the best at this job. Hey, let's face it. Thanks to the efforts of the two of my friends, I've decided to change how I look at things, how I live my life. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the Vault Dweller for lending me a hand. I really do appreciate it. All right, folks. Let's get it on back to the meeting, shall we? Here's one from Cole Porter that I don't think Diamond City Security would totally agree with.
Hey.
How may I be of service? Let's take a look at what you've got.
The scourge of the Commonwealth has used my own technology against me. You may have gained access to my sanctum, but you'll need better skills than that.
I should eat something. Should have gotten. I should have made myself stuff to eat. Goodness gracious.
Prepare to be annihilated.
Alright, what should I spend this level up on?
Well, what's next? So we're gonna need cementing paste and black pearls, right? And then oil. What do you see for black pearls? Do you have anything for black pearls? Oh shit. So scuba is an idea, not a pleasant one, but the trilobite is still around, so we can kill the trilobite and see what we can get from that. Silica. We need a fabricator, that's for sure. But, so we're gonna need oil. Oil and silica pearls. I think we can get those from the same area. I think we can get this from the same spot. Oh, really?
Alright.
We could do a
I'm
raft,
gonna
yeah.
take a break.
It won't be as big though, we can fit a lot more wood about it if we can just... yeah, the whole process is a little bit... It's like, it's a reach. But I think we can make it, maybe. Yeah, polymer's not bad. Yeah, we just need beaver dams, which I was just about to look those up, and then we just need...
Alright. Good night, guys.